Okay, so where we were last week, we were at this point where we had looked at distributive law 1. Distributive law 1, okay. Who can explain to me in my language or the language that we've been sort of using in here around distributive law 1? Who can sort of reiterate what some of that language is? Anyone? Nikita, you want to give it a go? Yeah, that's not our language necessarily though, is it? No. What's our language, Monique?
Say you have B plus C in brackets and an A in front of those brackets.
Yes.
The A then goes in front of the B and the C.
Yep, so what's our language around that, Harry? It's in here, mate, please, concentrating.
Goodness.
Not quite, not quite. Foil. No, it's not foil yet, that's distributive law 2. We're looking at distributive law 1. I'll put up an example. Let's say we had this. Okay, so what's the language that our group, that our class is using around solving this, apart from distributive law 1? The common phrase starts with everything outside.
You do to the inside.
Everything on the outside, thanks Tali, you do to the inside. So distributive law 1 we did last week. Can you just shut the screen what you're logging on, please? Distributive law 1 was last week. We looked at everything outside is multiplied by that which is inside. That's because there is a times there. So that worked out to be 3x, 3 times x first, and then 3 times 2 is 6. All right. Distributive law 2, which is, hands up if you're up to FOIL. Okay, on Friday, maybe not Friday, on Wednesday, I think of last week, we went through the FOIL process. Who can recall what FOIL stands for? Try and recall first. Jeremy?
First, outers, inners, and
Good. First, outers, inners, and last. And that was for a question which may have looked like this. Again, recall that there is a multiplication sign in there. Okay. And Jake, what are the firsts on these occasions? What are the firsts?
So 3 times the 3x plus the 4.
No. What's the firsts in these brackets, Beth?
The 3x and the 2x.
The 3x and the 2x, they're first. They come first. So 3x times 2x. We do the numbers. What do we do first? The signs, the numbers, or the letters? Signs first. We have a plus times a plus. Will leave us with a plus as an answer. Numbers next. 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared. So first we've done outers. Which are the outers there, Kayla?
3x.
Excellent. 3x multiplied by -2. Signs, a positive and a negative, must make it a negative. 3 times 2 gives us 3 times 2, Ash. Harry, it's really important you try and concentrate, okay? I know you're looking out the window and looking down at your desk. It'll be difficult to understand if you don't persevere and look. First, outers. Inners, Jeremy?
4 and 2, x.
4 and 2x, good. Positive and a positive leaves us with a positive. 4 times 2 is 8x. So we've done our inners. And our last, therefore, Nikita? Positive 4 times -2. Positive times a negative is a negative. 4 times 2 is 8. What do we do now, Holsty? Have a look at it. What's the next step we should be able to do, Monique?
Would we do the last ones? If we've already gone past this? Yeah, this was the next.
This is why concentrating is so
We're
critical.
going to simplify it and make it easier to find out. So
Yep.
we would make it
Trying. Garrett? Yep. Jeremy?
Collecting like terms.
Collecting like terms. Good. The like terms there is this and this. They are like for what reason, Garrett? Why are they like to each other for? Jake?
They're the same without a, and they don't have a square.
They don't have a squared, was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a squared. And they do both have an x. That's why they're common. Or like terms, collecting like terms. This is out on its own because it doesn't have an x. Alright? This is out on its own because it has an x squared. But these are the same. Taylor, what would be the answer to this? No, not negative 14x. Remember, it's not the algebra that's your problem, it's the number lines.
2x.
2x, negative 6 on our number line. And we're adding 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 is in there. We end up at 2. 2x, that simplifies that, which is what Jeremy had said. 6x squared plus 2x, because we end up at plus 2 over here. Take 8. That was last week. Hands up if you've finished foil questions. Hands up if you've finished. They are before just 5B. They are. So hands up if you're in 5C or beyond. Okay. You three just listening quickly to Distributive Law 3. The rest of you get on with doing the foil question and Distributive Law 1, please. Okay, Ryan, Lee and Trent, I'm just talking to you for a moment now. Okay. So if you can just shut your screens for a sec, unless I've spoken to you individually. Have I spoken to you individually about this? Yeah, I've spoken to you. No worries. And you're having no trouble with that?